doggy. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. We got a lot to talk about this week. Today, Jupiter goes retrograde. All right. Jupiter goes retrograde. So that is a big deal. I'll be talking more about that in Pathfinders, but I also want to give a lot of airtime. In fact, I'll probably make this the lesson in Pathfinders this week about emotional intelligence and when you're, when you think you're trusting your gut, why sometimes is that not intuition? Okay. So we're going to talk about that this week in Pathfinders. In my astrology group on Thursday, I'm going to talk about the new moon in Scorpio. I'm going to give you a sign by sign interpretation of how that new moon in Scorpio might impact you. So if you want to join any of my memberships, there's links below. All right, let's see where we're going. Okay, lucky, this card's showing up, Sagittarian energy, divinity, fire. Wow, fire. And here's more fire with gratitude, lighting that candle. I did a reading from the ancestors yesterday, and the fire that came through that reading was like palpable in my body. Like I literally had to go outside and just open the doors. And I'm way past that in my own life. Way past, not a half flash. Big difference. There's Scorpio energy again. So we are going through a bit of a dark night of the soul here. If you want to watch that reading, I did it yesterday of an ancestor reading about major shifts that are happening on this planet right now, especially burning through all of the narcissism that we're experiencing. Hoorah! Right? It's the best thing ever. 2 of Cups underneath, the 7 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, 10 of Swords, Lovers. Talk about opposite energies there. And then the 4 of Cups. So there's definitely something here about like, did you realize that when you made the agreement, your soul agreement to be in a twin flame connection, to have the love of your life, to have this amazing transcendent experience of love, you were going to also have to experience this 10 of Swords. Did you know that? And if you knew it, would you do it again? There's definitely something here about like stopping, because now I see that I have to deal with that, right? I'm going to turn up the light here a little bit if I can. Close. Get a little bit more light on the subject. There we go. Okay. All right. There's something going on here with with the world. Queen of Pentacles. All right. Queen of Pentacles, the Magician, the 6 of Cups, 8 of Wands, the Hanged Man, surrender. That's the message that keeps coming through. So on the spiritual path, you've likely been doing this already, surrendering to the endings of things, surrendering to traveling your emotional landscape a little bit more. Emotional intelligence is the age of Aquarius. And, we talk about the age of Aquarius, talk about the Aquarian energy as being detached. But Aquarius is about, more than any of the other signs, in a healthy way, is about how's the collective doing. Pisces is about that, but Pisces was illusion. And so the age of Pisces was about martyrdom and illusions and all of that kind of stuff. And we are definitely moving out of that. And now we're surrendering into this age of Aquarius where emotional intelligence, being able to have empathy without it draining you, without codependence. That's the key. We've been navigating that for the past 10 years. We've only learned about codependence for the past 10 years. So we've been really learning about that and recognizing that, it's not just, you can't be swamped by other people's feelings. You have to know to be able to differentiate between yours and someone else's. And what about my intuition? Is intuition completely swamped by a lack of emotional intelligence or a lack of awareness about boundaries? Probably. Yeah. On the other side, right? On the other extreme, there can be swamped by feelings or swamped by other people's feelings and not being able to navigate that. That's just the same kind of old stuff that's being burned away, like I don't care about anybody but myself. As long as I get mine. Okay, that's going away. 8 of Wands, Hanged Man, the Hierophant, the Knight of Swords, the 10 of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. So I think that's where people may have an experience right now of, we're grappling with King and Queen of Pentacles here. We're grappling with what does it mean to have resources? Is that bad? Do people who have money, are they bad? And it's like, I keep saying, no, it's really what you do with it that, determines that. And the age of Aquarius, we're using our resources to collectively help each other. And that's something that has been vilified in the past. But in reality, in the practice of it, that's been working. That's the stuff that's been working, but people just put labels on it and call it something it's not to scare other people. And I'm not going to even use the labels. Okay. I'm not going to even go there. Don't care. All right. That's being burned away. 8 of Wands, Hanged Man. This is about surrendering to this new path. The Hierophant here, we definitely have Uranus backing into Taurus right now. So there can be a lot of experiences that people have about manifesting, and there's guilt, or there's like, oh, am I not, I don't know. Should I be manifesting a lot of money? I thought a lot of money makes people bad or people disconnected or something like that. Like that's one of the things we're grappling with. And so there's a sense of like, what's the balance here? Instead of like doing everything for everybody else, the 10 of Wands, where we're like completely codependent, or we're basing all of our self-worth on how much we do for people. There is also this sense of becoming a human being, not a human doing, right? We've heard that for a long time. And so those are the things that are, I just get this image of like a wildfire just burning down the things. We're experiencing that. The wildfire just burning down the things that need to go. I mean, in rapid succession. You've seen the last couple of years and how fast things have been moving. 2025 really brought things into high relief. And so that we can see them more clearly instead of them being blended in, and the way we've always done it, kind of thing. That's what the Hierophant is. The Hierophant, the part of Taurus that the Hierophant represents is, well, this is tradition. This is the way we've always done it. Yeah. Do you realize that the way we've always done it has not been good for most of us? And that's the thing that is going to be burned away here. 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. So there's a sense within the spiritual community about manifesting from a place of emotional intelligence, right? If you're going to manifest in the love of your life, or this kind of transcendent love, then you got to get that transcendent love to you first, right? We've been talking about that for many years. And there's just a sense of like, oh, wait a second. Once we burn things down, hi, High Priestess. Once we burn things down, I hate to use that metaphor, but that's what's coming through. Do we know what we build then? If it's coming from a place of emotional intelligence, then yes, then we will know. If it's coming from a place of narcissism, which is going to be eradicated in the age of Aquarius, I hope in my lifetime. Okay? Because right now what you're witnessing is a hissy fit of narcissism. Clean up in aisle 4. Some toddler is like throwing a tantrum to end all tantrums right now on a global scale. That's what you're witnessing. just wanting to smash things, just wanting to break things, because it's like I don't have the intelligence, emotional or otherwise, to build something better. So I'm just going to throw a fit. You're going to see it a lot. This winter is going to be a time when because at the end of some toxic pattern, at the end of, we've talked about the difference between toxic masculinity and toxic femininity versus, transcendent masculinity and transcendent feminine, divine feminine, right? Transcendent divine feminine, transcendent divine masculine. The toxic divine masculine is the narcissistic, grab the resources, control, dominate, narcissism on steroids. Okay. The toxic divine feminine is the swamping of feelings and then overdoing and draining oneself, giving away one's power to like supplicate, to feel like you're safe. Okay. Those kinds of things is what's being eradicated right now. I hate to use this card, but that's what we're doing. Knight of Swords is coming in saying, hey, because that's Aquarian energy. No, that's Libra. No, that's not Libra. Gemini. It's Gemini. So there's the Gemini energy is about how we communicate. So there's something here about beating back the way, or let's put it a different way. Slicing through with our words, slicing through this narcissistic, toxic soup. And with those words, showing our humanity. Humanity is infused with compassion. When someone says to you, where's your humanity? That's what they mean. Okay? Where's your humanity? And humanity is about compassion, which we do not have on a large scale right now, which is being upended. And it can't be upended by a kind of toxic divine feminine energy that is just like, I'm going to just swallow it all. I'm just going to take it in. I'm going to get rid of my power, just to make you feel better, Toxic masculine. I'm just going to make myself small. No, the elevated high vibe feminine is lion energy, is mama bear energy, is don't fuck with me energy. Taking back my power, and I'm using my love and my intuition and my, that fire is raging. The fire is raging today. And I'm using that in service of the age of Aquarius. That's what I'm doing. My humanity. Where's your humanity? So we're getting rid of this traditional thing. 9 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, the Sun, and the 3 of Pentacles. So there's some stuff that's going to go away that you may feel nostalgic about. Okay. Right? There are some ways of being in the world that you may have some kind of nostalgia for. Or you may be getting rid of people in your life that you have some love for because they are fighting this tooth and nail, because they believe in the toxic masculinity or the toxic femininity. They believe in that. They believe that's how the world should be. And that is not the future. Not at all. So there's a lot of self-confidence here because we are in a collective that is believing in love, believing in happiness, believing in joy, and believing that wanting that for other people too. Collaboration. So that's how this is going to work. We're going to be those of us in this spiritual path, which y'all are, and you're watching this. And so if this resonates for you, this is part of your mission and purpose. So some of you come to my astrology classes and my astrology school to talk about your mission and purpose. And I am going to make 2026 a important year for helping all y'all figure out your mission and purpose. This is the starting point of it, though. It must come from an emotionally intelligent place. It cannot come from a selfish place. It cannot come from a swamped place, from a codependent place. Nope, nope, nope. That's why the unions aren't happening. Because there's a nostalgia for how it was. High Priestess. No way. I'm going to continue going on this topic. Let's see where we go with this. I'm going to look at what we don't see coming. I may be talking more about the astrology. We'll see how it works. Link is below if you want to continue on with me. Are you feeling it? Me too. All right. Link is below if you want to continue on. See you over there, Pathfinders. Let's just keep going. All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. If it was helpful to you, please consider liking this video and sharing it with anybody who might have a need for similar kind of information. And if you like this video, check out these videos.